Hey everybody, this is Maya Good. This is my NaNoWriMo Day 1 update. And my NaNoWriMo is not going well, actually. I am, originally I wasn't even going to do it. I just didn't have my heart in it. And then I thought about it. I thought about my goals, and I thought I came up with a plan that would really work for me. Last night I made out a schedule for myself. I woke up, I ate healthy food, I drank water, I sat down to write, and then my housemates started screaming at each other. And I have so much anxiety here right now, and I have not been able to really write all day. Um, I honestly haven't had any silence in about 4 months, and I crave silence. I went to the library last week, and there were kids playing video games in the library, and there's noise outside all the time. And I just need silence for like a day just to recharge. I'm realizing that I'm very much an introvert because the constant noise is giving me horrible anxiety. And this morning, when the argument happened, I just couldn't write. And so I tried to get other work done. I actually was pretty productive. I figured out an outline, and then the argument repeated in the afternoon. And after that, I started having a panic attack, and I just like paced outside just to get away from it all. And so I finally was able to come in and sit down to write, and I managed to keep my eating on point until, that second fight. I was doing really well with quitting smoking until the second fight. I'm not handling the anxiety of the constant noise and being surrounded by people all the time. And so I've just been hiding in my room for days, but today was definitely the worst. And so, it's day one. I started to write finally, and my heart's just not in it. So I'm going to hang it up for the night and just try again tomorrow morning, because I told myself I have to be in bed by midnight, because the only way this is going to happen is if I wake up early. And the way to wake up early is to go to bed early. So I wrote 158 words on my actual short story. And my outline, I wrote 302 words. So, it's like 500 words. Not very much, but I like my outline. I'm writing, how would I describe this story? It's, the story, Pygmalion, the old Greek story about the guy that falls in love with the statue that he's carved, and then the goddess makes the statue into a woman, and they live happily ever after, or whatever. It's a modern day tragedy of that, involving a woman and a male sex doll. So, I had like a really complex plot. I wanted it to touch on jealousy and madness, and the ending is really, really tragic. So I like the outline. I like where the story is going. I also realize it's a much bigger short story than I'm used to writing. Because the story itself, the outline, was just much more complex than what I had expected. And then I thought, well, that's not going to work for the magazine. And so then I went back and I looked to see, what the actual word requirements, word preferences as far as length is for that particular magazine. And it's 3,000 to 6,000 words. So this story may actually, I'm looking at the outline, and if I do it justice, it'll probably be 5,000. So I'm just going to take a deep breath, go to bed, let this day just end, and come back tomorrow fresh in the morning. I have my outline. I'm going to think about my story as I go to bed so that it's like I can really get into it. and I'm going to try to wake up earlier so that I can write before anybody else in the house is awake. I think that's probably the best option just because this isn't working for me. And what I really wish I had money, because if I could get headphones that block all sound, it would go a long way for my writing, but also just my mental health, because I just really need some silence. So that's where I'm at. It was a rough day for me. How was it for you? I know Burgess Taylor almost quit before it even started. I'm just like, what's wrong with us? But, she was really inspiring. I almost quit, and then I watched her video, and I was like, okay, I can just write something. And after I watched her video, I was able to write the outline and the starting of the very first opening. And the opening was hard. I wasn't sure how I was going to approach it. I'm not sure the voice, what point of view, but it seemed to come pretty good. So, deep breath. Tomorrow's a new day. I can do this. Ciao.